another instructional video brought to you by California Camping. Tally-ho!
Today I'm really excited because we're going to be talking about how I have installed this little device and its accompanying parts in the van. Now those of you who watched our videos will know that I'm super into my fairy lights and making it all Halloweeny or Christmassy inside the van, and I wanted a solution that meant that we could have any coloured lights at any time of year if we wanted to. So I got in touch with Atten Lighting, so the link to them will be in our description, and they sent me these awesome lights that are a bespoke design for our van. Now I gave them all the measurements and stuff. I'm going to go through all of that as we go along, but I'm excited. Let's get them installed and I'll talk you through what I'm doing. Right, now there's several different parts to this kit, and I really wanted something that we would leave plugged in at all times, so it wasn't battery powered, it would be running off the leisure battery, but when I switched it off it wasn't using any power at all. So it's a 12-volt plug that I've requested, so that's this bit here obviously. Now the California has a plug down the seat here at the back. Now that plug we rarely ever use because it's almost impossible to get to if you're in a bit of a hurry, but if you leave something plugged in down there you never think about it, it doesn't get in the way when you move the seat back and forward. And the other part of the controller that speaks to the remote control is just this, so it's really tiny, so that will fit. Actually there's a cup holder down there, so this will actually fit inside the cup holder, and usefully it's actually got a little strip panel on the back there which you can actually stick it down using. So this leads to the exciting part, which is actually strip lighting, which is a really good solution to this problem because it looks similar to fairy lights, but you can have any colour you can imagine. And I think it says something like 640,000 different options of colour. As you can see here, the colour wheel, you can pick pretty much anything. It's very exciting. So I'm going to try and plug this bit in now. The best way to do this I've found is to lift the seat up and have someone with really small hands, like your least favourite child or something, stick their hands down here. I can't even find it now. Oh, there it is. Oh, that is a million times easier if you lift the seat up. And then I can put the little driver thing inside the cup holder, push it all down. Can't even see it. And look! Oh, it's like my halo. So as you can see, at the moment it's an orange colour, but it's really easy to change that colour. On the colour wheel you just tap what colour you'd like to change it to. And because it's remote control, it's not attached to anything, just point it in the general direction of where it is. Change the colour. You can change brightness, down again, and it goes through modes as well. You can change through all the colours. So you can have a party in the van. Party in the van! Right, let's get this installed. So we've got this 4 cable that runs up to the actual lights themselves. Now there's different types of LEDs that you can get. This is the Rgb cable, which stands for red, green, blue. And it can basically make any colour out of those 3 LEDs that are in there, the RGB. There are other varieties. There's one that comes with warm white and bright white as well. This one does come with bright white. Supposedly it doesn't come with warm white. However, I would say that if you want some sort of nice, like warmish mood lighting that's quite a nice yellow colour, it's actually fairly easy to make yourself. That looks like warm white to me. Or like quite a nice Christmassy sort of comforting yellowy colour, so I wouldn't panic if you just want the RGB. This works just as well, and it does go really bright, so it's pretty good. So we were looking for something that we would be able to stick along the side here, and actually this has got a sticky backing, so we literally just stick it straight onto the van. Just like I had Velcro tabs here before, if you remember, and I Velcroed the fairy lights on because I wanted something that would be removable, exactly the same idea here. This is all completely removable, which is very good. So at the moment we are going to go along this line here to here, then it changes to that 4 cable wire again, so that it goes through the layers where the bed goes down, and then it goes around the front here, back to the cable again, and then along here. And they have made that for me, so I haven't had to do anything. They've already made the cable up for me. It's all attached in the right places, all the measurements are right. So I think, if I remember correctly, but I will put it in the description as the correct ones, it's 160 centimetres along this line here, 20 centimetres of the 4 cable, then 2 metres to go round the front, another 20 centimetres to this side, and 170 centimetres along this side, I think. Because we didn't want to go along the back there because we've got the chest thing and that comes down. So that can't be moved. It's exciting, let's see if this works. Ooh. So I'll peel off as I stick generally. To get the ball rolling. And any excess cable I will hide in the end, but for the time being, just whilst we've checked the measurements, I will just leave it out. I want to put it about there. Well, actually the chest doesn't come down there, does it? So it's alright. I can put it there. Right, hopefully these measurements are correct. Let me just double check. Let's go that one. So keep it going along there. Oh, that's pretty perfect, isn't it? And then 20 centimetres to go up there. So we're going to stick it onto the metal bit on the side here. So I think that's going to look really tidy. This is the great part about having flexible, is the fact that you can go around corners. So what I've had to do, because we've gone round this edge now, because it's a bit more difficult to turn it on a flat edge around the corner, it didn't look very tidy. So what I've done is I've put it against this sort of metal bit here, so that's now stuck onto there. And because these are in like protective casing, and there's actually not much weight bearing bit on this bit, most of the weight bearing of the bed's on this bit here, so we've been able to put it along there and then have the cable running up to the next piece. So I've done the hard bit, I've installed it all, I think it looks great, haven't tried it yet, let's try it out. So I think that proves how epic this is going to be in the van. It's a really cool solution to the problem. We've got everything sorted. Big thank you to Atten Lighting for helping me out, and Sol particularly. He was really, really good. Chatted to him on the phone quite a few times to just discuss different things and different ways that you could have things installed in the van. He was really useful. And this remote is amazing! So head on over to their website, pick up some lighting. We're going to have loads of parties in vans, and we will see you in our next video.